South Africans have a long-standing love affair with sport utility vehicles, so much so that they've basically replaced the station wagon as the family vehicle of choice. It's also the reason why SUVs come in all shapes and sizes. The compact SUV segment is one of the most popular, and the Hyundai iX35 is one of its top sellers. The iX35 might be a top seller, outpacing even its Kia Sportage stablemate, but competition is tougher than ever. The addition of a 1.7-litre turbodiesel model is meant to strengthen the iX35's selling proposition. Previously offered with a choice of 2-litre petrol and diesel units only, the new smaller capacity 1.7 promises enhanced efficiency as well as a more affordable price tag. Hyundai isn't a brand that rests on its laurels, so last year it subjected the iX35 to a midlife update, which means that this brand new 1.7 CRDi Premium looks exactly the same as all current generation iX35s. That premium execution, though, means that this car gets gunmetal alloys, color-coded mirrors, an integrated roof spoiler, and of course also integrated fog lamps. The iX35's combination of colour coding for the upper part of the bodywork, contrasting lower body cladding in black and subtle chrome detailing makes for an attractive package, although the effect is more urban warrior than all-out all-terrainer. That said, the raised stance offers 170mm of ground clearance, promising a measure of off-road talent, even if the 1.7 Premium does without all-wheel drive. At 4.4 meters long, 1.8 meters wide and 1.65 meters tall, the iX35 shows off the proportions of a typical compact SUV, and a handsome one at that. Comfort and practicality are the core components of the iX35's interior, with particularly spacious accommodation front and rear. I quite like the mix of leather and cloth for the upholstery, and the 591-litre boot is best in class. The generous luggage compartment is achieved despite the full-sized spare wheel. In fact, despite its compact SUV status, there's more than enough room front and rear with decent ergonomics to match. Highlights include a multifunction steering wheel, clearly legible instruments framing the trip computer's digital readout, and a centrally located display that serves as the infotainment system's interface. The big news with this particular iX35 model is under the bonnet. A brand new 1.7-litre common rail turbo diesel engine producing 85 kilowatt of maximum power and a maximum torque of 260 newton meters at just 1250 RPM. The manual 6-speed gearbox is the only transmission option. Despite its tall stance, the iX35 feels more like a big hatchback than a compact SUV. The biggest difference is the height of the cockpit, which provides a commanding view of the surroundings, arguably one of the main attractions of an SUV. But the compact Korean feels responsive and maneuverable, and while the steering is dull, the vehicle turns in positively. Comfort levels are impressive, with a good compromise between poise and comfort. Despite a relatively large body and a relatively small capacity engine, the iX35 1.7 CRDi does feel eager and willing on the move, although there is a surprising amount of turbo lag to start off with, perhaps because we're running at fairly high altitudes here. The 0 to 100 time, 12.4 seconds, top speed 173 kilometers an hour, and the claimed fuel consumption figure impressive at 6.5 liters per 100 kilometers. While, as mentioned, the new 1.7 makes do with front-wheel drive only, it's not shy to traverse gravel roads, making the most of its extended ride height and more generous ground clearance to tackle unpaved surfaces with confidence. Of course, the lack of four-wheel drive, as well as the road-biased tyres, dictate that it won't cope with much more than game reserve gravel, but it does add to the vehicle's versatility. At speed, understeer becomes more prevalent in these conditions, but overall refinement is quite impressive. There are some big hitters in the compact SUV segment, including the Honda CR-V, the Toyota RAV4, Ford's Kuga, and of course the iX35's close relative, the Kia Sportage. This 1.7 CRDi gives Hyundai a second string to its diesel bow and offers a very viable and cost-effective alternative to its 2-litre CRDi flagship. It may make do with a smaller engine, but the iX35 has ample urge, ensuring decent zip around town and relaxed open road cruising. Add the high spec and comfort levels and the keen pricing, and there's much to like, with only the initial turbo lag and a 2-tool top gear blotting this Hyundai's copybook.